Good morning. Welcome to Market Mashup, our weekly recap of financial markets and what we have in store for this week that might move stocks and bond markets. I'm Scott Nasca, President of Generation Capital Management. We start off 2023 on a positive note with the Dow Jones up 1.46%. S&P was up 1.45%, and NASDAQ was up 0.98%. So a good all the way around, good moves, at least for the first week of 2023. One thing I like to point out again is let's just take a look at the bonds. We have the 2-year note that's currently yielding 4.24% and the 10-year at 3.55. So still seeing inversion of the yield curve where the short end is higher than the longer end. So, keep an eye on that because traditionally that does lead to economic slowdowns and recession. So we want to keep an eye out for this. It has been in place for quite some time now. So, we're not seeing any changes there where the long or the short end of the curve remains higher due to, Fed positioning on interest rates. We've got a lot of information coming out this week. Earnings are going to start towards the end of the weeks with the banks and financial institutions reporting. So we want to start to keep an eye out and see how their numbers came in for Q4 and if there's any guidance going forward for 2023. So I think consensus is that you're going to see some slowdowns within the whole company format in terms of their earnings, but we want to start to see on a case by case basis, who's really suffering, who's really trying to get through the economic uncertainties right now. So banks lead off this week, and over the next few weeks, you'll start to see all of the companies report and show some volatility out there. So markets are going to take a look and see how the companies react, the price movements react based off of the news. So it's something you want to keep an eye on. We also have Fed Chair Powell speaking on Tuesday. Always got to keep an eye out for this, see if he's going to change or provide any clues in terms of interest rate policy on a go-forward basis, any concerns about inflation or economic slowdown. So keep an eye out for his, what comes out of his mouth on Tuesday to see if there's any changes to interest rate policy going forward. We also have the big December CPI number coming out on Thursday. Obviously the Fed's going to be looking at that. You want to keep an eye out for that and see if inflation continues to go down on a month basis and year over year basis or last 12 months numbers. So you want to see if the trend is continuing to show lower inflation. As I said, I don't need to harp on this, but Fed's going to be looking at that, and interest rate policies are based off of inflation expectations. And Fed Chairman Powell and other governors have spoken about this too, that they really need to see inflation down towards the 2% longer term rate before they do any considerable change in interest rate policies, or at least put things on a pause or even start to lower rates. So keep an eye out for that. We have consumer sentiment data on Friday as well. You always want to see how the consumer's doing, on their spending habits, if any concerns that they have, because that will give some indications for future company earnings if the consumer is not spending. So keep an eye out for that. Please check out our website, www.gencapmgmt. Take a look at, our blogs that we have, our videos that we're doing. John's top tips are out there for any people looking for financial planning advice and help. We're glad to take a look at your portfolios, give you a second opinion in terms of where you're positioned, and just to make sure everything is working well and that your goals and objectives are being met. So our team is ready to answer any questions that you might have. Give us a call, shoot us an email. We'd be glad to help out on that. Once again, my name is Scott Nasca, President of Generation Capital Management, and this is Market Mashup. Have a great week.